What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Then We Eat. What do you get when you mix Asian cuisine with cuisine from Philadelphia? Well, in today's episode, I'm going to show you just that. This week, we're going to be making Philly Cheesesteak Egg Rolls. So to kick things off, we need to start prepping our Philly cheesesteak. Traditional Philly cheesesteak, very simple ingredients: onion, cheese, beef, green pepper, and mushrooms, and a little bit of spices as well. But let's start with those vegetables and the meat. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna clean up our onion. I've already taken the skin off of it. Now I'm just gonna take the top off. Then we're gonna cut it into fairly thin slices of onion because at the end of the day, you're putting it in an egg roll, so you don't want them very big. So nice and thinly sliced. Probably enough onion, basically about a half a medium onion. And some green pepper, same thing, nice and thinly sliced. I also think I'm going to cut these in half just because, as I say, it's going in an egg roll, so you don't want huge long pieces because it won't fit. So we'll cut it up in half, and then we'll kind of give some nice thinly sliced pieces. Next up, mushroom, same thing. Nice and thinly sliced. And again, I may end up cutting these in half only so that they will fit on our egg roll. I'm also using a Cremini mushroom here today. If you wanted to use just a regular white button mushroom, you can do that. I just find there's a little more flavor in a Cremini than a white button. Just a little better mushroom to me. I also took my mushroom and took a paper towel and just kind of rubbed it lightly just to get any of that dirt off. And then I'm just going to thinly slice off the bottom. Might be a little dried out, so we're just going to clean that off. And as I say, they're a little bit big, so I'm just going to take my knife and I'm just going to kind of loosely chop them just to shrink them down a little bit. And then our beef. We've got beef stir-fry strips here. Beef's pretty expensive in Canada, so we're using a cheaper cut of meat here today. Because they're cut into strips already, I don't need to thinly slice them, but I am going to cut them in half because they are quite long. If you want to use a different kind of meat than a stir-fry strip, you're more than welcome to do so. As I say, a little expensive here, so we're cheaping out a little bit. Should be fine. Okay, so there you go. Bit of a change of plans here. I cut a little bit of extra of everything. We had extra meat. We really had to cook it anyway, so what I figured I would do is just make a giant stir-fry basically out of it. I'll put whatever I don't need in the egg rolls into the fridge and I can take it for lunch or something tomorrow. If you've got a big family, you may need all this. Basically, it's kind of up to you how much you want to put in it. Now it's time to start frying it all up. So I've got a wok out here. I'm going to add about a tablespoon or two of vegetable oil to my wok. To that, we're going to add our beef. And we're going to add some spice. Now, traditional Philly cheesesteak, as far as I could tell, I'm not from Philly, is salt, pepper, garlic, and Worcestershire. There are other recipes out there that add other things. You can put really whatever spice you want in it, but a traditional Philly cheesesteak, again, as far as I could tell, you want to keep the ingredients fairly simple. The important thing is you don't want to overpower the flavor of the beef and the other vegetables. So to that, we're going to add a half a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon and a half of ground black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. And after a quick minute in the wok, we're going to add our onion and our green pepper to that as well. So right when your meat and vegetables are just about done, we're going to toss in our mushrooms. You don't want to toss them in too early. They don't need to cook very long. And I'm also going to add 1 clove of garlic now as well. Again, you don't want to put it in too soon because it will burn. And after a minute or two of cooking, we're going to transfer this to our plate, and then we're going to get ready for our egg rolls. And now, it's time to make some Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. So we're going to take our filling, we're going to put it into the middle of our egg rolls. Don't want too much, but you need a little bit in there anyway. Then I've gone ahead, I've beaten 1 egg. We're going to take that and we're going to just brush just the edges of the egg roll wrapper. Should point out too, these egg roll wrappers, I just bought them at the grocery store. You can make your own, just as easy to buy them at the store. And they are pretty easy to find, so you don't have to worry about not being able to find them. We don't live in a very big town. Still found them pretty easily. Once you've done that, we're going to take some slices of provolone cheese. I'm just going to slice them into little small slices so they'll fit on here easily. Then we'll add that as well. Just like that. And we're going to take the corner of our egg roll. We're going to fold it on top. We're going to take our other corner. We're going to fold it on top. We'll take this corner, fold it over the top as well. And then we'll take this corner, and we're going to fold it over the top as well. And then you just want to kind of press your sides in so it kind of sticks together. That's what the egg was for. It's supposed to help it stick. Not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, but I'm sure it will taste just fine. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make a couple more, and then we can come back and cook them up. Okay, so I made another one off camera because I wasn't happy with the way that the first ones looked. I followed the directions on the package for the first one. Didn't look like an egg roll to me. So we're going to try it again. I made another one, looks more like an egg roll. So I'm going to show you another way to do it that I think is going to end up being just a little bit nicer of an egg roll. So same start. You're going to put some meat and veggies in the middle of your wrapper. We'll add some cheese to the top. Brush it with egg. So really nothing's changed up to this point. The only difference is instead of starting with the egg roll pointed with the corner pointed at me, now I've started with the egg roll with the flat side pointed towards me. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to take one of the sides, we're going to roll it over all the way around until you get to the other side. Pick it back up and then press that egg in so that it'll stay. And then press the side down. So you're going to seal it off on the end. Do that on both sides. Just like that. And if you ask me, that's far more egg rolly than this. So again, I'm going to carry on. I'll finish up, then we can come back and start cooking. And there we go. Much better looking than the first one. So let's get our oil ready. We can fry these up. So to start with, we're going to add a couple of inches of oil to our wok. I'm just going to reuse the wok that we used originally. And we'll let that come up to temperature. The nice thing about an induction, shouldn't take long for that oil to get rocking and rolling. So once your oil's up to about 350, we're going to drop a couple in. And we'll let them fry up. We'll let them cook for about 5 minutes. And there's not quite enough oil in here. So I am going to have to turn them over after a couple of minutes. After about 6 minutes or so, the egg rolls should be done, so we can start taking them out. I'm going to drain them on a piece of paper towel just to get some of that grease off of there while we cook the rest of them up. And there we have it. Beautiful looking egg rolls. Much better than the first one for sure. So let's give it a taste, see how they are. If you're looking for a Philly cheesesteak and you don't want to put it on a roll, these are good. These are really, really good. Got the excellent taste of those vegetables. The provolone cheese comes through nice. The beef is very, very good. And it's not overpowering by any spices or anything. Just a nice combination of everything. Absolutely perfect. So, that's it for this video. Hit like if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. Share the video with all of your friends and comment down below. What did you think of this recipe? Or better yet, what would you like to see us make next? And don't forget, we always put the recipe in the description box below. So if you missed anything in this video, no issues, it is in the description box below. And of course, don't forget, first we cook, then we eat. So good.